There was a moment when you actually said you gave up. Surrender is an outcome far worse than defeat. Never forget what you are, damn it. Where is your sane pride? Wipe that smile off your face. Is that your only goal? You think it ends there? Think about the next threat. In a year or 5 or 10. Or think about your pride. Then I won't tolerate you losing to anyone. You'll be the best or you'll be nothing. Come on, find a way. I entrusted everything to you.
If you're on YouTube, subscribe, like, comment. I appreciate it. Leave a comment down below if you want to chat or something. And let's get straight into it.
Loaded and stuff on the couch.
Okay.
The back sliding door was left unlocked. This is how we got inside to the residence.
Okay.
And as we walked in, we saw a pool of blood underneath the couch. He was on the side, deformity to the left side of the head, and he was riggered. Okay. So then we got you guys out. Thank you.
Hello, sir. My name's Officer Sparks. Just at TPD. What's your first name?
James.
James. What's your last name?
One of the things students love about culinary school online with the Scofier is the toolkit. Our students can receive a starter kit.
Hawkins Jr.
When was the last time you seen him?
I'm gonna say Sunday or Monday. I kept checking, knocking, doing like that.
Yeah.
The mail was, piped up. I said, something ain't right.
Units arrived at the residence, and officers began taking a statement from the man who made the call. The man discovered the body and said that he had grown worried about his friend after days of not hearing from him. Concerned for his friend Otis Moore, he then decided to enter through a sliding back door, and that's when he noticed a pool of blood under the couch. He had just found his friend Otis dead with a visible head deformity.
What was he doing when you seen him last?
He was laying down, but they always do, and she would be in that damn room.
There's a female that lives with him?
Oh yeah, that's the one.
What's her name?
I used to call her Snow White because she on them damn. I can't think right now. Then I had a son there.
So the last time you seen him on Sunday or Monday, you were inside the house, and he was laying down on the couch?
Mm-hmm.
Was she there?
Yeah, she was there, and the son was there.
What's his son's name?
I think Eli, but I'm not sure. Because we didn't mingle like that.
Would you...
My bad, Chuck.
Would you go stand by the back door?
Is it the back door?
The back door is how we got in, so just make sure nobody gets in.
I just had that feeling.
So how often do you guys typically talk?
Oh, shoot. A couple times a day.
Talk to him a couple times a day?
Yeah. And then he had a habit of not picking up, so I just not rang until something to see. Well, left the car there. I bet she left that unlocked.
Okay.
Because if you got the door locked, the front door locked.
The front door's locked.
So you have to go that way.
So you went in through the back sliding glass door, and then what happened?
I smelled the death smell, and then I looked.
He said, did he say the death smell?
The death smell, and then I looked, and then I did a box.
Hey, you older?
Okay.
Because then, being knowing about police.
So you didn't get close to him or anything like that, and then you just walked across the street and you told him what was going on?
Yeah. Because I asked him earlier, I said, did y'all hear anything about it? Because he was always kicking her out. And then I went downtown to see one of the friends to see they gonna call me. Yeah, he got a son and a daughter, one in Alabama. I can't think of her mom, but I don't know how to reach them. Unless you get his phone and go to his phone.
You're gonna be next door for a little while, correct?
Hey, I bought the house, so I'm gonna be for a good while.
All right. Well, what I guess like in the immediate future, if I have any more questions, you'll be home.
Oh yeah.
All right, sir. I'll come over there, and if you ever think of her name, please let us know. Okay.
Okay.
We'll be over in just a little bit. Okay.
Otis had apparently been living with a woman and her son who would often spend time at the house. That left police with 2 possible suspects, but at the time, only one name was known, and that was Jessica. The situation felt strange. Otis had last been seen alive sometime between Sunday, October 13th and Monday the 14th, but on Tuesday the 15th, clothing would be found scattered outside the front of his home. What was it that had really happened, and how could 5 days have passed and nobody heard or saw a thing?
What the fuck?
Hello, man.
Hold on, quick transition.
Do you live here?
Quick.
Okay. Do they
Change
all live
little
back here
things.
too, or?
Well, no, the gentleman in the blue lives in the
Stop,
house next
son.
to me, and the other one's my brother-in-law. They just came in from California.
Okay. So, do you know Mr. Otis?
Only briefly, not well at all. Had conversations with him, new neighbor, things like that. Seems very nice. Met his wife, Jessica, and
Jessica.
yeah,
Okay. White female?
yeah.
Do you know her last name by chance?
No,
No, that wasn't his wife.
she told me that it was her and her husband that lived there because when Robert sold, he said it was going to be Otis and his mom that were going to be living here. So, and then I met her. She said, no, my husband, Otis, and everything.
She's been lying for years.
Anyway.
You can't believe nothing come out of her mouth.
Okay, so you said that they've been living here how long, ma'am?
I don't know,
7,
6
8?
months, maybe
Yeah,
6, 7 months.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
When was the last time you seen him, physically seen
I
him?
talked to him Sunday. I was out here cleaning
Around what
up
time?
and stuff. I thought it was Sunday afternoon when you guys got back. So, was that Saturday or Sunday? You guys got back. Jessica got out, and he, because that's when I saw him. That's how I got him.
Yeah, I had to take him
So-
to get groceries and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
So that was Sunday. To get groceries?
I think it was. Yeah.
I think so. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure I
think-
spoke to him on Sunday because the top of his tree had taken out the fence. And I told him, don't worry about it. I'm planning on replacing the fence. But if you could clean up the whole top of that tree, that would be great.
Right.
And he says, I'm going to go in for a few minutes and I'll come back out. And I never saw him again.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to
So they
code.
would have to do that shit.
So I hauled it all out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he was on his medication,
Yeah.
and so that's why he didn't come out like that. I used to have to go over to his house, but she stayed in that damn room. You know.
I never saw her
And
very
then
often.
His friends didn't like us. Told her it was bad.
And you said the last time you seen him was Sunday afternoon. You talked about
Yeah.
the tree and your fence. You said her name's Jessica. White female. Approximately how old?
She has blonde hair. I'm going to say that she is probably mid 40s.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I'm going to say probably mid 40s.
She look older.
She doesn't, she's missing teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't have it.
Yeah.
Okay. Does she have any tattoos?
You listen, but
I don't know that I ever looked.
to her and noticed her?
Well, no, I talked to her, but I don't think I ever noticed them so much. It was
She
always,
kept herself closed up a lot too.
Okay.
oh, that's terrible.
When did you see all this in the front yard?
Monday.
Saw it on Monday.
Monday morning.
Have you seen them since Sunday or
No.
Monday?
Speaking to another neighbor, officers received more information that would help to build the case. Just like Otis's friend, she had last seen him on Sunday the 13th when they talked about getting the yard cleaned up. She also recalled seeing clothing on the lawn on Monday the 14th. She mentioned his girlfriend Jessica, describing her as a white woman around 40 years old with clear signs of health issues and noticeable tooth loss. What else could the officers uncover?
Did you see them moving anything out?
No.
Because he told me that he was going to kick her out. I said, they do it so much.
I see that you have cameras. Do they face this direction?
However, the internet's been up and down. So, yeah, they do. The answer to your question is yes, but they have not been recording.
Would you be willing to just see if there was anything from Sunday until like Tuesday?
Oh, I can most definitely.
Just be willing to
yeah.
look
Sure, no
because
problem.
I want to see like how this kind of stuff got out here and whatnot to see if there was anything. I understand the storm happened, right? Like
Yeah.
I understand Wi-Fi has been down.
We
But
can
I would
see
hate
the
to
one on
have
the side's a
something.
direct connect.
Yeah.
But I can tell you right now, I can't do live view on it. But I don't know. Let's take a peek.
Okay.
I think if they were fighting or anything, I would have heard them. This has all been down.
Do you
since
hear
the
them
storm.
fighting very often?
No, I've heard it a couple times back there. Down.
Like out in the backyard? Okay.
It never lasts very much. Each long. It's probably 90 degrees.
Is it him and her?
Yeah.
Her and somebody else?
I can't see, so I believe it's definitely her.
Okay.
So
What she
I'm
means she
assuming
can't see.
I can only do this.
Yeah.
Get glasses.
Let me see here. It's not going to be this camera. It'll be that one, if anything, that's on. Oh, here we go. Look at there. Let's see if site is offline. But you can scroll back and see if it ever got anything. It's still on today, though. Okay.
What day was it?
It would have been, I think we're guessing Sunday or Monday. But it was Monday morning first thing when I went out to start raking. That stuff was all over there, and I'm like, oh, they're washing cars
because he
today?
was supposed to help you get the pump.
It was Monday morning, the clothes and stuff were outside?
Yeah.
About what time?
Oh, when did I get started? I was lazy. I didn't get started almost 9 Monday morning out here. I was starting to rake and everything, and I was
And the
hauling
last time
other
you
piles.
seen him, physically seen him, was Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if there's a way to see if there's, let's see, filter.
How about it? No more probably than I do with it.
I didn't pay any attention. I didn't know how many days the stuff was out because they always out there.
Look, chat. Look, chat.
Why you stopping me?
Yeah, I'm about to. Huh? I'm about to.
What?
I'm about to tell you.
Stop sign?
No, I said
What stop sign, man?
I said I'm about to tell you.
Huh? You say stop sign?
No one said stop sign but you.
Why you stopping me?
You made an improper right hand turn. When you turn onto a new road, you got to turn that closest lane, sir.
Let me get my ID out for you, partner.
I appreciate you, man. Can you hand me the beer as well?
Huh?
Can you hand me the beer?
Bro can't hear
The
shit.
beer? Can you hand me the beer?
God damn, y'all got an ad break? Ain't no way. Look, I got y'all chat. Y'all still got one? I bet. Damn, y'all should let me know early. I would have skipped it for y'all. I guess I would have skipped it for y'all. Since I gotta
You
rewind.
stopping me?
Yeah, I'm about to.
Huh?
I'm about to.
What?
I'm about to tell you.
Stop sign?
No, I said
What stop sign, man?
I said I'm about to tell you.
Huh? You say stop sign?
No one said stop sign but you.
Why you stopping me?
You made an improper right hand turn. When you turn onto a new road, you got to turn that closest lane, sir.
Let me get my ID out for you,
Stop
partner.
I appreciate you, man. Can you hand me the beer as well?
Huh?
Can you hand me the beer?
Who?
The beer? Can you hand me the beer?
The alcohol.
Hey, don't
There's
be
no
searching
beer
my
there.
car.
I can see it. It's right
Hey,
For
hold
real.
it. Don't be searching my car.
Oh,
We don't you talking about I ran a stop sign. What's going on?
Wait, ain't know that was part. That caught me off guard a little bit.
Beer in there.
I can see it. It's right
Hey, hold it. Don't be searching my car.
Oh,
We don't stop. You talking about I ran a stop sign. What's going on here?
We had an open container in the car.
Wow.
No, I'm just pulling this up.
Let me see that.
Hey, no.
Okay.
Bro's about to drink that motherfucker.
What are you doing, bro?
Sir,
What?
why did you stop me in the beginning? What's the proper call?
You made an improper right hand turn.
What is the proper call?
You had to turn to the closest lane provided.
I want you to say that right here.
I did multiple times.
What? Improper right-hand turn?
Yes, that's why you're being stopped.
Are you for real? Like,
And then you also have a beer.
I was at a house and y'all got a warrant to arrest me.
I did?
About an improper turn.
No.
Are you kidding me?
No one got a warrant to arrest you. You just traffic.
Piss me off, man.
How much you drink tonight?
Wait a minute. I gave you my bank card too?
No, this is your license. Mr. Robinson, I'm over here. How much you have to drink tonight?
Sir?
How much did you drink tonight?
Who?
How much did you drink tonight?
I don't really drink.
That was the beer you were just trying to grab out of my hand.
I ain't finna lie to you, I don't drink.
What?
I don't really
I swear to
drink.
God, I don't drink.
I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm drunk. Ain't no way.
All because of an improper turn, as y'all say. A misdemeanor. Ain't that a just my eyes, right? Not my head.
The exercise that we're gonna do is the walk and turn. Do you understand?
Walk and turn.
Will you be
There's a brace in my leg.
okay? Will you be able to execute the exercise with the brace?
I'll try.
Okay.
Why is y'all making me do this?
Put your hands behind your back.
For what?
Because you're under the influence and operating a motor vehicle.
Sir,
Can I take my car home? You arrested me?
Yes, you're under arrest.
Be still, man. For what?
DUI.
DUI?
Yes. Your brace does not affect your ability to count.
Yeah. Hold on, man.
It also does not affect your eyes. It also does not affect the alcohol coming from your breath.
I am not requesting that you submit to a lawful test of your breath for the purpose
Why
of
the fuck
determining
did we
alcohol
just watch this
content.
whole video?
Do you consent?
I must be high.
I'm not finna consent to no like that. Let me hurry and go to the goddamn police station so I can get the hell out of jail.
They gonna do all that.
Hey, officer, roll my windows up. This guy got to go to jail for some dumb stupid.
Watch your head, man.
Ow. I got to go to jail for some dumb.
He was confused as fuck. Let me move this back up there. Shit, should we do the next reaction or should we wait? I mean, should we just go straight to the game? Cause I ain't gonna lie, this other one wasn't really that interesting. Oh shit!
This man just committed mass murder and mercilessly ran over 50 innocent people in a single horrifying rampage. Police was on to catch the mass killer who committed this horrifying act, but he managed to flee on foot into a neighborhood. Little did he know, his every movement was being recorded, and what would follow is the largest manhunt this town has ever seen.
Hands up! Put your hands where I can see them! Put your hands!
What if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want? With Wix, you can.
Daryl Brooks had been on the wrong side of the law since he was just 17 years old. He was clearly a troubled and disturbed individual, racking up charges of domestic abuse, reckless endangerment, and was even registered as a sex offender. But all of this seemed to culminate in 2021. On the grand return of the Waukesha Christmas Parade following the pandemic, Daryl Brooks decided to ruin the lives of countless people as he took his anger out on the Christmas parade in a blind moment of rage. From the hour of 4 p.m., neighbors reported a violent argument coming from Daryl's house. He and his girlfriend weren't on the best of terms and would occasionally—
Bro, look at this nigga!
Violent argument coming from Daryl's house. He and his girlfriend—
He looked like he'd hit you with his car. What the? He looked like he'd hit you with a damn scooter.
Weren't on the best of terms and would occasionally—
He just looked like he'd hit you.
Explode into fiery rows such as this one. Often it'd be about their troubled relationship, and this one ended in physical violence toward his girlfriend and one of the most violent and senseless acts Wisconsin has ever seen. 30 minutes after the argument, Daryl exited his house and sped across the familiar roads towards the center of Waukesha, and at 4:39 he reached the main street before plowing through the barricades to the Christmas parade at 40 miles per hour. 5 seconds in, he claimed his first 4 victims, several members of the Dancing Grannies performance group. As he continued,
he Dancing Grannies? He hit 4
on the accelerator, swerving to hit as many people as possible, killing an 8-year-old a few seconds later. This is when police and bystanders began to react, trying to clear the roads, warn others of the attack, and attempt to stop Daryl from driving. Thankfully, this worked to some extent, and only one more person was killed 10 seconds later. After a total of 30 seconds of the murder spree, Daryl sped out of the parade route, leaving 62 people injured behind him. Once he was out of the other side of the parade, Daryl fled roughly half a mile from the parade before abandoning his SUV near a house on Elizabeth Street about 6 minutes later. From there, he fled on foot. He even tried knocking on someone's door and claiming he was homeless, asking them to call an Uber for him. He was given a jacket and a sandwich before fleeing when he noticed police searching the area. Not long after, he was captured by a security camera, which helped the cops approximate his route.
For real, I thought they said less got hit. More people was injured than people got hit.
and track him down. It's hard to see, but if you look closely at the top of this road, you can spot Daryl trying to inconspicuously navigate his way around Waukesha to escape the police. But given the scale of this event, the cops were dedicating all their resources to finding him. Cops set up a perimeter around where his SUV was found abandoned. Nobody was allowed in or out, meaning that if Daryl was here, they'd find him soon. Eventually, a resident spotted him hiding out in the woods, and the cops were able to narrow their search efforts considerably. After 6 hours into the manhunt,
once that chopper come out, you know it's over with. It's over.
The cops located him at a house in a residential area and moved in to apprehend him. This is the body cam footage of that intense arrest.
77. What's that? Hands up! Hands like whoa! Hands up! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Do it now! Hey! Take to one of the hospitals. Put it on your stomach. Robert, 277, are you on? You got something with your name on it, man? No. Okay, lads. Cooperate with us. Okay. Okay.
What the fuck is that?
I just use somebody's phone call for a minute, that's all. Oh, okay. If everything turns out to be on the up and up, life will be good, and you'll be on your way, all right? Go ahead and take a seat for me,
For real,
Daryl in custody, the officers were able to begin questioning him.
That nigga needed
Quickly,
12
they were
stars.
forced to stop due to the fact the FBI wanted to take over this case. I've asked a former detective to analyze this interview, and he was able to give a deep dive into every influential moment. Prior to the investigation, the detectives involved already knew just about everything. They knew he was driving, that he didn't own the car, and that he had found the car key inside his pocket. What makes this interrogation so interesting, though, is that Daryl doesn't even know what he's being brought in for. Police never told him he was suspected of the parade killings. From the cops' perspective, this almost 5-hour-long interrogation wasn't really to figure out if he did it, more so to see how Brooks would react. They wanted to see how much
he knew how the fuck he did it. After he hit the first person, he realized what the fuck he did.
He'd lie, and if he'd felt any remorse for what he'd done.
Oh, face that way. Face that way.
It's the shoulders.
There you go. All right. All yours.
Oh, you can drop your hands now, man. Thanks, appreciate it.
Holy shit.
How long you been out of work?
See, when did I get locked up? Just a few months.
Anything to do with the pandemic that's been hitting?
Yeah, that's the reason why,
Yeah, I bet.
It made me smooth off. I got stuff lined up though, so.
Yeah, like what?
I'm probably gonna go back. I was working at a sheet metal place, so I'm probably gonna go back there.
And do you stay at your? Is it your mom? You talked about your mom. Is it her address you stay at now?
She owns the house.
She owns the house.
She doesn't stay there anymore, but she owns the house.
Okay.
She has her own house.
I think we put your mom in.
What happened to his shoulder pain?
Detectives have already found the first indication that Brooks is willing to lie. If you haven't noticed, the extreme shoulder pain Brooks complained about earlier
just
has
realized,
miraculously
what the fuck?
vanished just a few minutes into the interview. He was able to move his arm effortlessly as if the pain never existed, something that would later be used as evidence in court. And his tendency to lie will become even more obvious as the detectives continue to divert his attention.
When you left Stephanie's.
Ready to blueprint your engineering career? Earn your master's in as little as 1 year and accelerate your path.
First his head was hurting, then his shoulder was hurting.
Okay. Were there still a lot of people out?
It was still people out.
Okay.
It was still people out. Not a lot in that area, but it was a lot of people out. And it was, like I said, it was people. It was older couples walking down the street. It was younger people walking down the street. People
was like an event or something was going on?
I don't know.
Shoulder pain completely
it kind of
gone.
seemed like it was a lot. Like it was something going on to where it was vibrant.
How long was it between leaving Stephanie's and those cops yelling at you at the door of that guy's house?
Was it dark when they yelled at you?
Yeah, by the time they came, it was dark.
Okay.
But we had been sitting out there. We had been sitting out there for a minute, me and the guy.
To find how long?
20, 30 minutes maybe. We were sitting right there, just like this, just sitting on the porch. While I called me an Uber. I called the Uber. I said, look, man, I let him know. I said, look, I ain't trying to rob you or nothing like that. Because when I knocked on the door, he kind of was like, whoa. I'm like, look, I don't got no weapons. I'm not trying to break in your house. I'm not trying to rob you.
Daryl has clearly thought a lot about this alibi since he's managing to deliver a lot of very specific details. However, the officers already have mountains of evidence against Daryl and don't believe a word he's saying. As the interrogation continues, Daryl continues to lie until the cops have had enough.
Let me ask you this, Daryl. So you weren't out in Waukesha Saturday, just Sunday.
Yes, sir.
You're a part in the investigation. There's a lot of parts, right? In the investigation, there's people we talk. Well, this domestic abuse thing I'm telling you about, right? You talked about being a religious man.
I can do better. I can definitely do better.
We all could.
I'm not.
We all could.
No,
That's why.
Yesterday was a mistake. I should have just freaking watched the game and just fucking went home.
That's the thing. What do they teach us in Christianity, Darrell? That they teach us that we're broken, right? We're sinners. You're a father. You got 3 children. 18, 14, and 7.
Yes, sir.
All right. You got a mama that raised you well, and a God you believe in.
Absolutely.
All right. And all of them are. Here's the thing they'll all want is to tell that you're telling the absolute whole truth and nothing but the truth, right?
Absolutely.
I just have concerns if I fact check that Darrell's not telling me the truth. You don't have a car, so Marcus had to bring you out. You don't own a car, your mom doesn't own a car, right? So why did we find you with a car key in your pocket?
It wasn't in my pocket. I don't even know where they said that was laying on the ground.
The car key in Daryl's pocket is a key part of this case, as it shows that Daryl does in fact drive, despite his statement to the officers. Knowing that he's quickly being backed into a corner, Daryl tries even harder to convince the officers of his innocence. But these officers had done their research, and were about to take a different angle that would hopefully guilt him into confession.
It's yours. It's your car key. I'm trying to be as open and honest with you as I can be. And I'm not calling you a terrible man. I'm not saying you were out yesterday hunting, and just let me finish. But you did not walk to that house. You did not walk to that house. You did not come here in a Tankia. You got a key in your pocket. Your car, your mom's name. For the love of God, Marcus. For yourself, for your family. You know what happened yesterday. For the people. Tell me what happened.
Well, what?
With the car.
What am I being
with your mom's car? You're driving goofy. People called you in. You drove out of there in your mom's car, the red car. You're driving a little silly, probably because you're pissed. You met up with Erica in the car at the park. She got in. You talked. And what you're telling me seems pretty consistent, that there was nothing physical.
I didn't put my hands on her. Nothing.
But you met her in the car.
Tim, what's going on, man?
Asking you a question. You were out there driving kind of crazy. Some people said you were driving kind of crazy.
Daryl is heavily on the back foot now, and has very little room to wiggle out of this one. Eventually, the pressure from the detectives would cause him to cave and admit that he was driving at the time, now choosing to change tactics and try to garner sympathy from the detectives, deflecting blame onto his girlfriend and an apparent alcohol problem.
Erica, she's a sweetheart until she gets that alcohol.
The alcohol's the problem.
Then you all type of jazz and I have somebody touch you and I'm gonna keep my daughter away from you, and even my mom doesn't even like her around when she's drinking.
I've never been with anyone that is as bad as what you're saying right there,
too.
but
I think they said that earlier,
he
right?
can attest to it. We've all
Ben probably looked like he didn't do it with some chicks, man.
You know. So Darrell, what were you thinking when you went driving through this parade?
What am I facing? I don't have no problem talking with you guys.
You got people injured that had to go to the hospital.
So they're saying I injured somebody, or you're saying I injured somebody. So I'm looking at what, reckless endangerment?
The very least, yeah.
The very least.
People got hurt. That's reckless endangerment. I don't know exactly what they're going to classify.
That's how you know it's him, because he didn't even be like, "Oh, I didn't hit nobody yesterday. I didn't hit nobody. Fuck you, mean." He went to, "Oh, so I heard somebody." He not even defending that.
Broken.
Yeah, he got to get life because he killed how many people?
Your actions. You did hurt somebody by your actions.
He killed old people and
I want you to watch and see what's in it. Yeah, it's a good point. It's information sharing.
Why do you want
and people in between? So it's like different age ranges.
Because I think it's important.
Why is it important? Is it to make, like, what is it?
Well, why don't you want to look?
Everybody knows what was going on.
Can't even watch it.
There's our children right there. See those are kids? See that little kid right there? You gonna look at it?
Too hurt, man.
You're too hurt?
Yeah.
Emotionally?
No.
Please
Don't do that.
Don't do this. Please.
The most shocking part about this interview is this moment, when Daryl discovered what had actually happened to the victims. Daryl didn't once ask about the victims or if anyone had lost their lives, very likely because he had no remorse to give and was concerned only for himself. At this point, the detectives have successfully achieved the main objectives of the interview, to get Daryl to admit he was driving the car and to see if he had any remorse. The interrogation was exceptionally long to corroborate the strong evidence they already had and to acquire footage that would persuade a jury that Daryl had no remorse, which is why they let him lie and portray himself as a selfish, evil man as much as possible. And in that trial, Daryl would continue to paint himself in that exact light as he decided to represent himself. This would result in one of the most ridiculous and infamous court cases ever on the internet, with Daryl screaming, shouting, and even threatening his way through the trial, constantly making legal mistake after legal mistake, ruining his chances of getting away with a low sentence. So to start with, Detective Jay Carpenter comes to the stand and has a lot of information to share about their little chat in the interrogation room.
You interviewed...
Wait, if you were locked up in Illinois juvie at Cook County, the Audi home, or anywhere else in the system, this is the money glitch that's getting former detainees.
The defendant, Daryl Brooks, on November 21st, 2021, at approximately 11 o'clock p.m. Do you recall that?
Objection. I don't think it's being called that name for the record.
Objection is overruled.
Yes, I do recall that. Overruled.
Not relevant.
Yeah, it is relevant.
What observations did you make during this clip about the use of his right arm?
Both his arms would come out like this and move. To me, what a person would do when they're normally conversing. It would seem unusual to make those movements if he was in fact in as much pain as he was claiming to us he was in.
Last night, we asked for State's Exhibit 81 to be admitted into evidence, which is the defendant's statement provided to Detective Carpenter and Detective Stern on November 21st of last year.
Objection. I didn't provide any statement on the 21st.
Jury will disregard the statement by Mr. Brooks. He is not testifying, therefore his statements are not evidence.
And my objection should be noted for the record.
You may be hearing that Daryl repeatedly keeps calling objections. His legal experience is clearly based entirely on movies and TV. But unfortunately for him, in order for an objection to be sustained by a judge, the objection needs to have a legitimate reason. Daryl is unable to object for a legitimate reason, and as such, almost all of his objections are overruled by the judge, meaning the prosecution is able to continue.
I believe that these photographs are designed to make a suggestion to the jury that Erica Patterson is a bad mom. I think that is what the defendant is trying to do. If we go down that road, we would be forced to counter that claim by pointing out that not only does the defendant not live with the child in question, he doesn't live with any of the other children that he has. He impregnated Erica Patterson when she was a minor in Nevada. And for doing so, he was convicted of statutory sexual seduction, pled guilty in March of 2007 to that felony offense, and is a sex offender on the registry as a result. So if there's any causation that would lead to Erica Patterson being a bad mom, Mr. Brooks has a direct role in that causation.
And that's
furthermore,
I object to that.
I'm not
because that's a lie.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
If we don't open the door on that. No, since he want to make a record and not be accurate, so let's be accurate all on the record since you think you know so much.
They
do. So we can open the door on. We can open the door on how old she told me she was.
Interrupting.
We can ask that question
He is
too. Then
over the top animated
right
now.
That?
Mr. Brooks, I'm ordering you to sit down and to let the state finish.
No, I'm not going to sit here and let somebody be inaccurate on the record and lie on the record.
This is how a huge amount of this trial played out. The prosecution would make a point, and Daryl would get extremely animated and try to deny it with nothing but anger and false truths. In this example, the prosecution mentioned Daryl's sex offender registry, to which he responded by saying that she told him she was 18, as if that excused him of all wrongdoing. But the most shocking and unprecedented moment of the trial was when the judge had to stop all court proceedings, but she felt genuinely scared of him.
So as long as the jury's out, we should probably discuss that.
So that had to be said. So it's the defendant.
That's not how it was said.
That was how it said. You want to run the record back?
Mr. Brooks.
So I'm the only one. I got one ear that work, and I heard that.
This is to benefit you so that you understand your witness has a prior record.
Your Honor, when I leave the table, I'm away from the courtroom, and I have to elevate my voice.
So she
alleged record of ableist.
Stop talking.
Oh man, like I don't
be disrespectful as hell.
I accept the value in return for value. this document.
One more interruption and you're going to be removed to the next
That's
court.
what you want to do anyway. So can
Your
you
Honor,
tell,
I
can you
believe he
explain-
has 7 prior criminal convictions, an
Don't they
OWI
have
4
somebody to shut
from
people up?
2003, criminal trespass to dwelling from 2006.
Right, I need to take a break. This man right now is having a stare
If they
down
don't, they
with me.
should.
It's very disrespectful. He pounded his fist, frankly.
The judge put up with an awful lot in this trial and gave Daryl a huge amount of leeway in order to keep everything as fair as possible. But even with all that in mind, he still managed to completely botch his legal defense even when he was acting calm and polite. Take this for example, where he argued he wasn't being given a fair trial because he wasn't allowed to confront the state of Wisconsin itself.
Not if I'm not allowed to face my accuser, Your Honor. My accuser in this matter would be the state of Wisconsin. With all
Sir,
due
I believe your
respect,
Sixth Amendment rights in that regard have been complied with.
I'm requesting a written judicial finding of fact and conclusion of law on this issue. For the grounds that I just stated, I'm not being awarded the chance to face my accuser, which I should be awarded that.
By technicality, Daryl is correct. The Sixth Amendment does grant him the right to confront the person or persons accusing him of the crime, in this case, that being the state of Wisconsin. But what he's asking is a physical impossibility. The state of Wisconsin is not a person nor a witness. In this case, he is being allowed to confront any witness of the crime that's involved in the trial, so his rights are all being met. He's simply grasping at straws by seemingly trying to challenge the U.S. judicial system as a whole. And Daryl's misunderstanding of the legal system was made even more clear when it came to his closing arguments. If he had chosen a lawyer to defend him, maybe he could have gotten away with slightly less charges or a lighter sentence, but instead, he gave this travesty of a statement.
Good afternoon. It's been a long day. First off, I'd just like to start by letting you guys know that it's a lot of information that you guys should be privy to, I believe. You and you alone have the power. You and you alone decide what is truth and what isn't true. You should be informed that you have the power to nullify any law that you don't agree with.
Daryl is not entirely correct here. Yes, the jury can nullify laws. However, this is only done when the law that has been broken is extremely strange and the person is 100% guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. For example, Alaska has a law that states it's illegal to whisper in someone's ear while they're moose hunting. If a case like this found its way to trial, the jury could nullify that law. Daryl Brooks gave his closing statement for 50 minutes without saying very much other than attempts to debunk the evidence and acquit himself of his crimes. However, there was one point that stuck out from his closing statement that shows just how evil he truly is.
It's hard to keep everything together emotionally. And honestly, I don't believe that I have any more tears left. It's been a hard year for the families, mostly. That opens the door to talk about forgiveness for a little bit. With every healing process, there comes a forgiving process. It's not an easy thing for anyone.
Daryl is trying to deflect the jury onto it being a tough year for victims as well as anyone who was present at the parade. But in reality, it was his crime that made this year the toughest for the victims. The jury deliberated for less than a day, and they came back with a verdict that he was guilty on all 76 counts. Daryl was ready to be sentenced, but not before the judge spoke to him directly first.
Frankly, Mr. Brooks, no one is safe from you. This community can only be safe if you are behind bars for the rest of your life. The community is not safe from your violent and criminal conduct unless you are in custody. You left a path of destruction, chaos, death, injury, confusion, and panic as you drove 7 or so blocks through the Christmas parade, never once stopping or seemingly caring about the wake of carnage that you left. 4 of those blocks were turned into a scene that frankly is no different than a war zone. This court is imposing a life sentence without the possibility or eligibility for extended supervision. 1 life sentence for Virginia Sorensen. 1 life sentence for Leanna Owen. 1 life sentence for Tamara Durand. 1 life sentence for Jane Kulik. 1 life sentence for Bill Huskell. And 1 life sentence for Jackson Sparks.
Daryl Brooks was sentenced to 6 consecutive life sentences in prison without the possibility of parole, meaning that Daryl Brooks will spend the rest of his life behind bars.
Should have gave his ass the chair. Nah, they gave him multiple life. Multiple lives.
Is it going? Hey everybody, just figured out.
You know what we do? We do it if you've been here for a little minute. We about to switch over to the game, and I might be done with this burger by the time we switch over. But I'm gonna pause for a little bit. Maybe like 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. I might come back early or just give me 10 minutes. Because I gotta switch over my game and shit and put that shit back up. Everyday thing. But other than that, I'll be back with some gameplay. Probably rivals. Trying to get the Centurion. And I'll see y'all later. Fuck. Is we fucking or what? Hey. Let me nut on your butt. Hey.